A year ago, February, on a business trip, I came to Mexico. Haven't been in a church. My wife and I have been looking for a church, and I haven't really given it a lot of serious thought. And came to Mexico, and in February, just business to get a business set up here and not know what I was going to expect. And then I called at night, called down, and told her I can't stand it here. I'm ready to come home. I don't like Mexico, the way they're living and how they're living, and I really wanted to come home. Didn't like it, and I just didn't want to be here. And here I am today in Mexico, serving the Lord on a mission trip. Never thought in the world I would be on a mission trip, let alone a mission trip in Mexico. And my passion is just on fire for it. And it's just an experience. And I met some great people outside the missionary people that I met here. Going out in the barrios, meeting the people that have next to nothing. Don't know if they're going to live for food from one day or another, handing out food. The life that they live, and then giving the testimonies, of hearing testimonies from other people, and then giving my testimony, and bringing people to Christ, praying for them. It's just an experience I would never forget. Since I came on this mission trip, God has really softened my heart and given my heart to those that need to be helped. And it's just not in Mexico, it's everywhere else. It's at home, it's abroad. The people here are genuinely looking for the Lord. They're looking for someone to express the word, and they need all of us. And here we are today, spreading the word here in Mexico. Then we went to the Juvenile Detention Center in Mexico. Just wow. The conditions there is concrete floors, concrete benches, busted windows, open to the element, and the living is nothing. It's not good. And I want to say they're young men, but they're just kids. They're just like they're going out of the 6th grade into 7th grade. Some of them just can't even shave yet. They're not even there. But they don't have the heart. They, at one time or another in their lives, they don't have anybody loving them. And then here comes 11 of us, debating them, preaching to them, giving our testimony to Jesus Christ, and standing up and then praying over them, praying that their heart will be given to Jesus Christ. Yeah, that was a moment when you got 1, 2, 3, 10 to 14 kids who stood up and gave their heart to Jesus. Sitting there listening to Pastor Kalen praying over the kids, I sat next probably one of the biggest kids there in the Juvenile Detention Center, and for some reason I was just gravitated towards him, and I just went over and I grabbed his arm and sat there and started praying with him, praying that he'll give his heart to the Lord. And I saw him struggling. The message was being interpreted in Spanish, so he was listening to the message, but the passion was there. The room was filled with the Holy Spirit, and I just gravitated towards him and wanted to just pray over him, and I could just see him struggling, and he started tearing up, and he was motioning back and forth, and you know, we wanted them to really give their heart to Jesus and stand up and give glory, and he was just struggling. I'm just praying that he would just stand up, praying that he would accept Jesus in his heart, and he kept on struggling, and he just popped up, and when he jumped up, everybody else is just one after another, just giving glory, and the tears in their eyes. I think that was just the point that I'm looking at, is just these children really need Jesus in their heart, and no one's ever ministered to them about Jesus. And I think that was the moment of this whole trip that took me back. Back in Colonia, we went to a church, small church, and they were having church that night, and then we came in very quietly. They invited us in, and it's a church that's outside of the ministry. We came in and sat down and gave prayer, and invited those folks that needed more prayer, kind of like at home church, up for prayer, and I was invited up to pray for them with Pastor Kalen, and the feeling of the Holy Spirit praying for them was in that church. It was tremendous, and it was an experience I'll never forget, praying for those. I was praying in English, of course, I don't know Spanish, but praying for them, and hugging on me. They just didn't want to let go. They just did not want to let go, even though I was praying for them in English. And it was just an experience in my life that I've never felt this before. Of all the time I've been in church, never felt that. Felt the Holy Spirit in me to pray over those that really needed to be prayed for. My thoughts of this whole trip is something that everybody needs to do once in their life. I am so happy that I took this trip here and went to the orphanage, and what I'm taking out of this trip is my passion and my heart that I want to go on more missions trip. I want to bring people with me on this mission trip. I want to just put the word out there on what it really means, other than just going to church on a Sunday and going back to church on another Sunday. It's about going out and giving. It's about what you can do for other people, and for Jesus. My heart is just aching for those that are suffering and not knowing Jesus. Coming out of this trip, I tell you, it's been an experience of my life. I am a changed man.